Good morning. This video will show you how to walk through the Motion Man lab. So you'll go to our materials, and this week, because it says here PhET lab in class, and we will go in here and come down to this lab here. You'll see this is your grading rubric, and here we go. We'll click on this link, open it up in Word. You will put your name and then your partner's name. We're going to have lab groups this time, and they will be randomly assigned, and you'll do this through Schoology's conferences. I'll put you into breakout rooms to work together. And don't forget the date and the period that you're in. So if you just read through the learning goals in the background, go right to the procedure, click on this link. It is a safe link, so you don't have to worry. You can pull this right up here. You might have to actually, in order to get it to run, you might have to open the file and click that it's okay. But it is from Colorado University, so we know that it's a safe site. So you'll get this. Up here, there's an introduction and a charts tab. You're going to open up the charts tab. Now, if you go through and you kind of play around a little bit, you'll see that the motion is going to be graphed. So you'll see that. What you're going to do is you're going to notice that this is your position time graph, this is your velocity time graph, and this is your acceleration time graph. So when you go and we'll walk through the different pieces of instruction, you're going to see that it's going to have you predict. So once you enable editing, you're going to come down here and you're going to use the draw function. So you can pick any color to predict what this graph might look like. So you might predict this. And give me an explanation, and just type in an explanation of why you think it's going to look the way it does. And you're going to do that for the velocity time graph as well. Now the instructions down here tell you that once you're finished, you're actually going to go and check that out and verify. So once you verify with the simulation and you have the man moving the way that they tell you to, which is constant velocity, you're going to come back here, and if your prediction was right, then you can leave it alone. If your prediction was wrong, just choose another color and write down what the position time graph should look like. And then over here, just modify in a different color. You will not lose points if your predictions are incorrect. You will lose points, though, if I can see that you changed your prediction to match. So remember that learning comes whether you're right or you're wrong. So that's why we want our predictions. Now what we're going to have you do is do another set of predictions and walk through, and then you come down to this part. So this is a position time graph, and it represents a man's motion starting at 0, 0. And you're going to draw the velocity time graph based on this information. So you see that it's broken up into 3 different segments like we're used to. What you're going to do is calculate the slope of each of these segments. So from 0 to 2 seconds, 2 to 5.5, and 5.5 to 8 seconds. You do have to write in one sample calculation for your slope. So even if there's a slope in there that's 0, you still have to show me how you mathematically calculated it. So that will go in here. You don't have to do it for all 3, just for one. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to try to draw in the velocity time graph. So you're going to utilize the information that you just calculated and try to graph it on here. From here, your last activity will be to analyze this. Okay, you're going to analyze the position time graph, the velocity time graph, and the acceleration time graph. And you just follow the instructions here. It's going to ask you to shade in. You can use this. So if you wanted to shade this region, you can go ahead and use the highlight tool. If you wanted to shade this region, whatnot. It tells you to use lines, but you don't have to. You can just use the highlighter. And finally, there is an extra credit that if you and your lab partners want to attempt to do that, you certainly can. After that, save it, upload it to Schoology, and you're done. It's not due until next Wednesday night. But remember, I'm standing firm with due dates now, so make sure you get it done. All right, thanks a lot. Have fun.